Hello, and welcome back to the Real Talk Show. And today I'm here with the one and only
Cyreta, depending who you ask. Shout out to mom, it's Cyreta. Shout out to everybody, nearest and dearest, and who I'm not in trouble with. So.
And today we are gonna be diving into and celebrating Black History Month because it's something that yes we talk about, but I feel like we need to highlight even more. Really celebrate it rather than just focus on the past and all these things that have happened. Like, we are history makers. Like, there's a lot of things that probably a lot of people don't know and we're not aware about. So yeah, we're just gonna highlight a bit of everything today. And Black History Month is coming to an end, but a lot of things have happened this month. So yeah, let's get into it. So, starting with a little bit of research. So Carter Godwin Woodson was actually an historian, author, journalist, and he was the founder of the Association for the Study of African American Life and History. And it started back in 1926, which is called Negro History Week.
I don't even like the name.
Yeah, neither do I even when I was researching, I was like, I don't really want to say it because that's very sensitive.
N-word history.
Yes. I didn't even want to say it, but this is how it started. It just started with a weekly celebration in the second week of February. So in America, they used to have like little events and stuff. And then in the 1970s, that's when it became Black History Month. But in the US and America, we both celebrate at different times. So in America is in February, and in the UK is in October. So it started in Kent State University in America, and in the UK, it started in 1987 because it was basically the same time as the African Jubilee. So it was the 150th year of Caribbean emancipation. And it was funded by Akiaba Adai Sebo, Ghanaian analyst, journalist, and activist. So that's how it came about in the UK. And I just wanted to ask, what does Black history mean to you?
Black history means everything. I think Black history is history. It's part of who we are. That's why I'm grateful that we have Black History Month, but it should be Black History 365. Because certain things that we do now, whether it's in mainstream culture, is from us. So it means a lot. It's about me. It's about who I am. It's about what my roots are. It's about the things that we've done. And it's been a great exploration for me to kind of go and do Black history, go and do research and to find things out. And if you find a lot, and I think it's something that we need to do constantly. It has been a bit bittersweet because where I've been doing stuff on my LinkedIn, going like day 1 or day 18, and I'm looking, and I'm being quite harsh. I'm going Black History Month, and I'm Black British History Month on my LinkedIn, thinking you didn't put that on there, you didn't put nothing. But it is what it is, and I think it's just that. You just have to think, if it's about me and I have a joy for it and a love for it, just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. Keep doing it every year. Keep doing what you're going to do. So I'd say it has been inspirational. Definitely inspirational, because it's brought up other ideas and stuff we've talked about. But yeah, it means me. It means you. It means all the Black people, all the brown people out there. Don't you get brown people too.
Yeah.
It's part of who we are.
Yeah.
And we should celebrate. We should have every year. We should go. Well done, day 1, January 1st. Black History Month to you too. Down to December 31st. It should be all day, every day.
It's so true.
All day, every day. Not just because it's unfortunate it's more hyped up because of obviously George Floyd. But that shouldn't have been what it is. It shouldn't have been that. It should have been where we should be doing our history before. We shouldn't have waited for someone to say, actually, let's start talking about Black History Month. I didn't even know Black History Month, British Black History Month, was around since 1987. Didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Yeah, because it feels like it hasn't been around for that long.
It feels like it was a trend, Unfortunately, we as Black Britain, we're like, oh, America's done something. Let's just bang, jump on that bandwagon.
There's a lot of
that. Yeah, but it is what it is, and I'm glad that we are becoming aware. I'm not about woke, but we are becoming more aware of our history, and we can share our history, and we stroll it down. But it's been a very amazing, month
Yeah.
to kind of do that. So I'm very, very pleased.
When would you say that you were kind of highly invested in Black History Month? When would you say that there was that switch?
I would say, God, I think last year when I was like, right, I'm going to do research, but it was just like, oh, you get so much going on. I was like, no, I can't do it. And you pushing yourself. And I think, number one, I've always been interested in history. History's always been my thing. I've been a nerd. I look at history, ancient Egyptian, Greek mythology, all that stuff I'm into. And I think from that, and then also from hearing stories about my family, my great aunt who's passed, unfortunately, but she was 104 when she passed. Wow. She was the first before Windrush to come over to be a landlady, to be a head chef at a hospital. My aunts have come over, been nurses, teachers. So I think once I learned about my history, and you do the whole DNA thing and and I learn more about my history. You want to know? I sort of I want to know much more about other history in general.
Yeah.
And then there was that guy, I'm going to forget his name. Oh my gosh. He's Dave. Oh, but yeah, something. It's the guy it's basically the guy who does a lot of things about the art in history, Black people in art.
Yeah.
And do more about, and he's been coming up a lot more in the last 2 years. He's doing stuff on BBC. He's been doing stuff at the National Gallery. That's why I heard about him. And I was like, wow. There's more to us than this.
Yeah, David Okolunde.
You've got his name better than me.
I think so. That's his. Because I went to that exhibition, and I was completely amazed.
And I was like, "Damn! Look at us! We've been here. We done been here.
Yeah,
we done been here. Don't get excited. We've done been here, and I think it's great now. That's why it came into that we need to start pushing more because we know that the education system and the national curriculum is compromised, and they all talk about slavery.
Yeah,
it's like we just talk. It's like bringing up trauma.
Yeah, it is.
Do you know that your ancestor was a slave? I know that. I don't need you to tell me this all the time.
Yeah.
Do you want me to tell you about your ancestors and their struggle? No. So let's praise ourselves. The Americans do it. The African Americans do it. I don't see why not. You can't be all African Americans that make everything and pave the way. There must be more than that. I remember, at school talk that Lord Equiano, and and how he was oh God, my history is rubbish, sorry, even though I love history, which is really bad. But he was brought from Africa. He then came over to the UK. He was all about he was part of the abolitionist movement. And there's so much. And then if you go into National Portrait Gallery, there are pictures of Black boxers, actors, way back before Windrush.
Yeah. 100%.
So it's like there couldn't have been one. We couldn't have been the only Black person in the village at that time. There must be more of us. Where are we? What are we doing? And that's kind of what made me think, right, push it, keep pushing it. I'll listen to history about everybody else. Start listening to history about my own.
I think, yeah, that's what happened. I would say there's been a switch as well. I think a lot of people in our generation, because obviously, we're a bit older, but even the younger generation, now they have more opportunities to learn a bit more because there's more information available. You can make your own, do your own research, do your own due diligence, and just research everything that you want to know about. And I think it's very important that to carry on, through your family, making sure all your history's being told, all your stories, because wow, that must have been amazing to find out that there was such an historical person in your life like that.
Yeah, they're just saying,
that's an absolute inspiration.
You don't know where you're going until you know where you're coming from. And I'm not doing not the candy just to go back. I need to do more than that. I need to go out. I need to read. Young kids don't want to go into galleries and museums, and all they see is just white people looking or
woe is me.
I'm on a boat. I'm looking woe is me. Or looking Greek, or whatever. You want to know a bit more than that. You want to know a bit more than just ancient Egypt. They've got the Benin brass in the British Museum. That's us.
Yeah,
that's my history. Take it back, by the way. So it's I gotta go to a British Museum to see. Do you see the African masks and to see African artifacts? I shouldn't just they came from somewhere.
Yep.
How do they come from them? And another thing that I think really inspired me, this is probably one of my favourite shows. I'm not plugging them, so you better get to sponsor me. By the way, Drunk History. There's called Drunk Black History.
Okay.
I saw a season for it, and that was so funny, and it was just so nice seeing people our age talking about Black history. It was great. They talked about the Benin bronze. They talked about the golden stool from Ghana. They talked about the warrior queens. They talked about all of that, and I was like, oh,
that's amazing.
This can be more.
Yeah.
This can be, because I love Black history, drunk history, right? Yeah. Drunk history, Black history, both the same. And all history I love. Drunk history I definitely love. And I thought, and then I saw drunk Black history, I was like,
and where can people see that? Because we need to plug them.
So, drunk Black history is on. It should be on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
Under the Paramount channel.
Okay.
So they did one episode. They did one series. I might have to go. Hello, could you do more?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind doing that with a drink and talking about history. I'll do that for free. But it was so good to talk about. It was so good to see that. So there's so much more. We are on this precipice of a Black enlightenment,
Black excellence,
Black renaissance. We are looking at, but again, before we go forward, we need to dig further back, and we'll be so surprised at all the things that we don't know.
100%.
Like, I'd be looking at the national curriculum, goes, you're rubbish.
Yeah.
Stop talking about slavery. Can we talk about something else? There's more to us than just slavery. That's why my hashtags on says not just about slave trade.
Yeah.
I'm sick and tired of hearing about slave trade. That's like our trauma.
But that's a very good point, again, because I would say maybe in the last 5 years, because every time that there was Black History Month, and then you go on like Netflix or Disney as like celebrate Black history, and all you see is like 12 Years a Slave, The Help, like all these things that are so traumatic. That's not really celebrated.
I'd rather watch Django, because at least in Django, the person gets to come off. Even though it's not true, I'd rather watch that. But but in a way, there are parts of history that are in slave trade or slavery, like, you know, there was food like French in the Haitian uprising happened, so that, and then also even you kind of look at it in a more abstract way, so like even piracy during the age of piracy and golden age piracy, there was this democracy as on pirate ships, and you could be a Black pirate, because there was like Black Caesar. Yeah, no one knew about that. So the Black Caesar, not just from Black ink. There's Black Caesar, and there were some other pirates, are Black pirates. And what happened was that a lot of them they came pirates because they were slaves, and the pirates would capture the slave ships, and then they'll say, "It's up to you. You either go down with the ship, or you can come be on us." And it was a democracy. It wasn't about Black, white, whatever. There were women. It was very much a very united front in piracy. So it's weird to find. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. Oh, this has happened. You know, it's like you kept that well hidden.
Yeah, that's the problem.
And it's just like, let's find out more about who we are. We are very dynamic. We come in different shades, and we come in different hues, and we come in different countries, and we come with different talents, and there's so much more to us. There's so many of us out there, you know, and our history, we didn't just sort of just go, you know, slavery. Right. So from then, that's where we came from. That was 100%. It. There's so much more. Yeah. So much more.
That's why I really love to see the switch. Like, obviously we had the first Black superhero, Black Panther, like major, like even the way everyone was celebrating, showing up in their costumes and their Ankara and their African prints, like it was beautiful to see. Same way to see the first Black Mermaid, like I loved it. Oh my God, like that was iconic, and it helped so many young girls because they're literally looking at the screen and it's like, wow, I can relate. And it's taken a long time, but it's happening and slowly getting there. Even with the Black, was Cleopatra Black, like all these things, you know, there's so many things that now are getting dug into. Like you can't hide no more. Like people can find out everything.
Let me not get into with Cleopatra. I love Egyptian stuff.
Very deep. That's very deep.
You see people.
But, so in the UK, 2023, Black History Month is about saluting our sisters #WeMatter. So they're really highlighting all like the black females and stuff like that are important in history. But I also wanted to highlight on some people that have been very important in history that maybe they're not really looked into. So like Claudette Colvin. Yeah?
Yes.
Does that ring a bell to you?
Claudette Colvin, she was a lady that did No, it's not.
She was 9 months before Rosa Parks. She's the one that sat on the bus.
She was a younger girl who sat on the bus. She didn't get her flowers for that. Yeah. But then after the whole Rosa Parks thing, then Rosa Parks, oh, hello.
Yeah.
You sat on the bus before me. And then she got her flowers after that.
Mm-hmm. And still to this day, I feel like her name is not really brought up as much. Not. Because, you know, colorism is still a very big thing. And, you know. I was
going to say that.
Yeah, it still happens. But
I wouldn't be too
it's the truth.
It is the truth.
So, yeah, it's like people like that really need to be celebrated. And thank you to the person who's highlighted her. Because more people need to know. It wasn't Rosa Parks. It was Claudette Colvin. Just remember that. Also, another person was Shirley Chisholm, which is House of Representatives' first black female candidate for president. Very big.
Yes.
Especially in America, back in those days where there was the segregation, Jim Crow, all these things happening. And she still managed to achieve such a like high rank.
And she was of Bayesian heritage. So the Bayesians out there, you know. I'm drinking a drink, so sorry if anybody that I'm thinking my sister. But yeah, she was Bayesian. She was a Bayesian heritage. She was a strong ass woman to go to all these different places. I watched. Oh my god! There was a there was a series on something again. Don't know about it. And then they would talk about it, and they did talk about him back in Drunk History. They did speak about. There was a show, a comedy show that I was watching, and it was Wendy Sykes who played her, and talking about and she going through what she was doing and getting her nomination and getting backing and speaking to all these people. What I like about her is that she spoke black, white. She was about that. She was with Muhammad Ali when. You know, he came to see her and he was talking. So she wanted that. She had a dream. Yeah. She wanted to live that American dream. But the irony was like, oh, I can't have the American dream because I'm a black woman. Like, you didn't say anything about that. So, you know, a bit hypocritical, but okay, you know?
Yeah, it's true. Another big black influence was Madam C.J. Walker.
Yes.
Wow.
What a big up.
Yes. Big up.
First millionaire.
First self-made millionaire, black female millionaire in America. Do you know how big that is?
Yep.
Like, that is major.
She had her own White House. She had her own house. She didn't need no George Washington. She had her own White House. See my White House?
And even when people tried to stop her, burn her establishment down and steal her ideas, she still persevered. I love to see that. And that's what I want to see more of. Like, let's celebrate these people. Let's celebrate our achievements, our goals, like everything that these people have done for history, for us.
Yes.
Like, that's big.
This is again. But I think also us as black people, we kind of sometimes we do sort of hate on our own people's success. You know, it might cause contention, but it is. We don't support. We're thinking like, wow, you paved the way for us. That there's another lady way back. Now, her name, I'm gonna find it, but she was played by Lisa K. Bonet in Drunk History. She was a light-skinned woman who passes in America, who passes a white woman.
Oh yeah, I saw the film Passing.
And it's way before even that. It's during just after during the Civil War times.
Oh god.
So she was passed as a white woman. Because of that, she opened up her own hotel. She opened up her own laundromat. She got black people jobs. She was cooking for people. Everyone loved her food. She was a restaurateur. She used that money to help to get my people their freedom. She helped people get to the north. She did all of that based upon her colour. Like, she did all of that. And I'm like, wow, you did
a lot.
You know, it's like, wow, like, okay, you passed, but you used.
But that's a bit contradicting, but
yeah, but she
used it,
but she knew who she was.
Yeah.
But if people was, oh yeah, you look black, you look white, especially at that time.
Yeah. Okay.
So I can understand. She made, but it was able, but she knew who she was. Yeah. She knew who she was.
That's the most important part.
And she was able to use that money to help black people to get where she didn't just pass and just go
with the flow.
Go with the flow and sort of forget who she was. She used that power and that lack of education that people had to get where she had to get to and to make something for herself and to make something for other people.
Yeah, and that's major because obviously you see in films like, what is it, with Daniel Kaluuya, where he plays the revolutionary. I forgot the name now.
Not with the lady, the other black lady, not the black lady, the tall black lady.
No.
Daniel Kaluuya, not in Black Judas.
Yes. No, the Black Messiah. Yeah, Black Messiah. Yes. Oh my God! Just like in that film, you can see how much progress they had made, and still they were stopped. So yeah, for her to pass, even though she is passing, she did a lot.
But she used her pass.
Yeah, because some people will just quit or just give up, or this is not worth risking my family's safety and all these things. But if you persevere, if you actually push through, then
exactly
it's more helpful for everyone else, just like Angela Davis as well, another person, iconic.
She was there, like she's still there, she's still doing her thing.
She is still doing her thing.
I think once you stick to, it's so hard sometimes to go with the wave people, like it's easy to do that. It's harder to go against the grain and to dance to the beat of your own drum. So imagine doing that at a time.
Yeah,
way back, slavery days, Civil War days, to still do that. It's amazing. But look at Harriet Tubman, the Underground Railroad. We all that she just finally now got on the $20 bill.
I know.
Finally, after all this time,
that's so crazy.
And the sad thing is, even after all she's done, she didn't really get her flowers. No, she still didn't get it. I'm like. Well, and that's what I'm saying. It's like we have to celebrate our own people. We
shouldn't have to wait for
everyone else to go.
Yeah,
oh,
it's true. It's true.
Right.
That is so true. We don't need mainstream. Wow, that is a big point because there's a lot of things that happen in history, and a lot of people just sleeping on it or they're unaware.
It just takes one.
It does. It does. That's why it's good to see. I mean, BET. Yes, initially. The concept was good. I think it's kind of gone off the rail a little bit, but things like that. And even now, people trying to get the Black Wall Street back up and running. That is major. I've been seeing that in quite a lot of shows. And there's also a new documentary with, I forgot his name, but he's a really fine black man. But he's trying to get it up and starting. There's also a reality show, the Black Bells or something like that. Yeah, so there's 2 ladies on there. They're also trying to get the Black Wall Street up and running again. And just like all these things that were slept on in history, like how in New York that park was owned by black people and they all got killed, taken away, and then Black Wall Street, they burn it down, and like it's like progress was made, taken away, but now again, we have to rebuild. There's always rebuilding.
There's always this rebuilding that we have to do. But that's just fine. They say out the fire comes a phoenix. So I come back badder, stronger, better,
it's
blacker.
So true.
and do what I have to do. You have to. You have to. Sometimes you kind of got to be like, oh, okay, I'm just going to sleep and go over there. No, you have to just do you.
Yeah.
There are going to be other people around there. Be like, okay, I see what you're doing. Let me maybe jump on that, or let me maybe see what it's all about. Even if you don't get that, still do it. Still do it because you want to do it. Don't do it because people say, it's popular.
Yeah, it's
do
true.
it. Do it because you need to do it.
And sticking to the saluting our sisters, I also want to highlight some UK people. Diane Abbott, what a queen! Yeah, first black woman elected in Parliament. Longest serving MP since 1987, she's still going. And they're always trying to tear this woman down for the most simplest things. Like, I still remember when she was drinking that little can Come on the tube. A lot of people drink on the tube, but they wanted to
like
drag the lady, innit?
It's like she sold someone's dad on eBay.
Literally.
It's just so like, oh my God.
The hatred was
Trust
intense.
me. Boris and his COVID party. Nothing.
Party game, nothing happened.
Mark Hancock going driving around. Mark Hancock with the woman. Diane Abbott. It's like she peed in the petrol.
It's so true. Jesus Christ, this country is really always doing the most. But yeah, also Yvonne Colony, the UK's first black head teacher. Yeah, in 1969. That's not that long ago, you know. That's actually not that long ago.
It's crazy.
It's almost around the same age as my mum, so that just shows you.
My mum was about, I think mum was 9 or 6. Yeah, she was 6.
Yeah, so it just shows you that these things are very recent.
Yeah.
And to think that it's that recent is crazy to me. Crazy. Baroness Amos, first black woman to serve as a minister in the House of Lords.
She's doing her thing.
Doing her thing.
I'd like to be a baroness.
I think that would be,
or duchess or something.
That would
be a baroness.
That would be cool because you're actually like make a change and you're up there. You're up there. You're in them circles.
Let's call you lady. I may not be a lady, but you have to call me one. That's my
title. Also, Olive Morris, civil rights, activist, and she's the woman to create the Brixton Black Women Group, which is still running till this day. And another person which I thought was really interesting because I was unaware, Margaret Busby, which is the youngest publisher, co-founded the publishing company Allison and Busby in 1967 and still running to today.
This is the thing, like, because we don't go out there and we go, look at me, I'm doing this. We are very understated. We don't go out there looking for our flowers, as black women especially. We just get on with it.
Yeah.
Just go, this is what I gotta do.
It is what it is.
This is what I have to do. This is what I'm gonna do. But we should, but again, we need to give our flowers because we are doing these things. Look at Mary Seacole, way back. She reminds me of my nan. She went down, she gave them barley water and everything, and rubbing them down with those British people. When we got the Florence Nightingale of a little lamp. She Florence Nightingale, she did her thing, but we did that. She built from old wood building hacks. They were like shacks, but they were hospitals.
Yeah,
and the crime area. She took her money, and she went there. Miss Nightingale and her lamp. Like Dora the Explorer, went and she got her recognition. She was, Florence Nightingale. Ooh. But it's only just been recently, and there's a tiny picture of Mary Seacole in the portrait. Tiny. You would not see it if you walk past it. It's small. There is obviously now, after years, the statue of her. Now, okay, thank you for the statue, but statues don't pay the rent. Yeah. Statues don't pay my bills. You should have got her recognition at the time. That Florence Nightingale got her recognition, but no, they didn't want to do that because again, it would have shaken the whole framework in which we have been operating in for centuries. Us as women and as black women. Yeah. This whole thing about the whole Queen child. Was she black? Was she white? Oh, she was black. Look at the pictures. You can't turn around and say, they tried to say that the artist made her look voluptuous. Yeah. Shut up. The artist didn't make her. He painted what he saw. So we didn't. But again, we don't say, hey, because again, if we do that, we'll be seen as aggressive. Not assertive, aggressive. And we're going to start something, we're going to cause a right. But also the way we are in the totem pole of life, we are at the bottom. Let's call it, let's call it what it is. So if we were to do that, oh my gosh. Dogs will be sleeping with cats.
It's so true.
Acid rain will be falling out the sky. Oh, the rapture will be happening. But it's like a change has to happen. Yeah. So we have to be calling our flowers. We have to be getting our seat at the table. And I'm glad we've got the Barons. I'm glad we've got all these people in there because they knew we had to put us. We had to get our seat.
100%.
We had to get our seat at the table. And we're still having to fight to get our seat at the table. But I'm like, you know what? Get my seat at the table. I'm going to make my own table and with my own seat. 100%. And embellish it my own way. And if you want to sit at my table, cool.
Yeah.
But if you don't, yeah, because there are people that will sit and who will come sit. I lay at a table for you. I give you your seat and I make you feel welcome because that's how I want you to feel.
Yeah.
You know, we do that. We are, as Black women, accommodating. We are hospitable. We are nurturing. We are loving. We are warm. But we'll also cuss you out if you pee us off.
Yeah.
But we are also warriors. We've had to do
so much,
so much,
and endure so much.
Yes,
that's why I think this theme, saluting our sisters, is so important because, you know, yes, Black men get celebrated, but Black women are forgotten a lot. So it's important to see that. It's important to see that highlight. Like, Absolutely. There's so many people that were slept on, and we saw that with the Windrush as well. All the nurses, they're there in all the pictures and everything, but where was their thanks? Where was their, you know?
And we're still majority of the nurses. We're still being nurses.
Yes.
We're still doing...
Even receiving the racism as well.
Unfortunately, I sadly look at the lady that happened last year, the year before, and she died, and someone spat a train on the train.
Yeah. Oh my God, that was...
spat at her.
That was so sad.
You see me? Oh, well.
That was so sad. That is so true.
You're just spitting at a woman, and she endured that. You know, you see, there was a guy, Richard, I can't forget his last name. His mum, he went missing. His mum was out there talking about him, trying to get the police were taking her seriously. Oh, he's gone country. He's already tarnished, and she was like, no. He's my son, and my son doesn't do that.
And I know him,
Exactly, I know him. I know when everyone was going out there with their candles for wherever rods. And I'm getting, I support that what should happen, but where was
the
woman?
difference?
Where was that support for her?
That's the same as that girl that went on job training, and then they found her body next to the sea, on the beach,
or like even the two, and then or like the two sisters.
Oh yeah,
who got stabbed. There was another girl who got into this church, and same rough. She went missing. Found her in the car of the guy who killed her.
Yeah.
It's all these things. They just think that we're just there. We just exist. We are just, we are a resource. That's what they think they say.
Even now, look how many Black young children go missing, like on a daily basis, like in their school uniform, and nothing's done about it.
Little Lucy,
it has to
goes out,
and it always has to be on Twitter. That people have to be reposting, retweeting, getting their word out there. Like, we have to do all the work to make sure that our people are at least acknowledged, saved, maybe even, you know?
And I think, you know what we've decided to do, you know what has made us think now? I'm done fighting. I'm done fighting. Done fighting you. Done fighting to get my voice. Said, you know what? Let me just do what I need to do. If that means, you know, if it starts from a small, a really quiet rumble to a loud roar, that's when I know I've done what I've had to do. Because you're not going to pave that way for me. I'm tired of waiting for you to pave the way for me. I'm done. Let me do my own thing. Let me do and it's great now that we've got social media, we've got podcasts, we've got
100%
all these things, because it shows that we are now able to use our voice in different platforms that weren't there before, and to show that, and now then there's a lot of hungry listeners that want to wait.
100%. Wow, that is so true. And wow, it just really makes you think. It makes you think so much, because it's 2023. Like, there's a lot of us in this country. There's a lot of us around the world. You know, we deserve the respect.
Matter.
Like, we do matter.
We matter.
But also, I wanted to ask, what are some of the Black icons that you think everyone should know about?
I was going to say about Grace Jones. Now, the reason why I say Grace Jones, number one, I love her. I love her. Because, again, she paved her own way.
Yeah.
She's her own thing. She didn't care. She didn't care. She was a daughter of a pastor. She was born in Jamaica. They came to the States. Daughter of a pastor. She wanted to go and do her own thing. Like, no. Being Christian, not under my roof, blah, blah, blah. She said, you know what? Fine. fine. She wasn't, going on the buzzing, streets of New York at the time in the 60s and 70s, around with like Danny Warhol and all this and all that, and club in the Studio 54 scene. And then she was discovered as a model. She went to Paris. She went to London. She went to Italy. She went to she went places.
She was doing it.
That dark skin, androgynous look. That was there before. I saw before.
And her own style and all of that, and the makeup, the hair, everything. She was just iconic.
So the likes of Alec Weck, you wouldn't have known about Alec Weck with the dark skin. The likes of Naomi Campbell and Tyra Banks, she wouldn't have known that. But I want to talk about Naomi Campbell as well, because Naomi Campbell is
icon, as well.
She's
legend.
A G. She's from Lewisham. She's a G.
Yeah.
But she's a G from South London. From South London. I love you. But I like her. But Grace Jones, she stuck to me. She's still out there doing her thing. I saw her at Love Supreme. I was like,
really?
Wow. I love you. She's on Beyonce's album.
Yeah, and she still looks amazing. She
still look good. You look better than me.
Yeah, and she's still doing doing her. Yeah.
I'd say another one for me, I'd say, is Tessa Sanderson. So she don't get her flowers that much as well. Like, she was, doing the javelin. She wasn't an Olympic before. We know all these lot of other black athletes now, especially in the UK. Look at Tessa Sanderson. She you got Denise Lewis. She's doing her thing.
Yeah.
But again, they don't get that many,
recognition.
But of course, as black women, we look at it because we're judged because we are masculine and all that stuff. And I haven't got time for that. But they to me are people that don't get the recognition that they should get the recognition for. And even as you said, we talked about, I would say, you guys are going back to this whole like Harriet Tubman, again, talking about her. I think she was at a time where she could have gotten killed doing what she did. But she did it anyway. She did it anyway because she knew it was the right thing to do. And I think for me, that kind of says it all. Don't do it because it's popular, or do it because of what you're going to get out of it. Do it because you feel it's right. And that's always sort of kind of put me in that steed to say, just that's how your philosophy to be. Do is what is right. Because you just got to. Yeah. Who's going to do it for you? Yeah. No one.
And it's hard to have that kind of willpower in those type of situations and environments. So
you have to just do what you have to. Sometimes you got to use. I don't think I'm not going to pander to like white people, whatever. Sometimes it's not about that. It's about maneuvering through and dealing with the cards you were dealt with. Play with the cards you were dealt with. Use your panache. Use your smile. Use your wit. Use your talk. Use your chat. Use those things to get where you got to get to. It doesn't matter if they're white, black, or indifferent. Yeah. Use what you got to use to get to, because and hopefully you'll be humble enough to use what you use to keep that door open, or if a window, or if a little,
just a jar,
a little jar. Just put a little thing underneath it to keep it for other people like us.
Better than nothing. Yeah.
I would also say modern time as a woman. So shout out to Maria McDowell. She runs a charity, mentoring called Lollipop. The charity, charity status, that is a mentor group for women like us to be mentored by women like us, and also by everybody else. Like, just to get into the creative industry, because it's so hard.
It is so hard
to get into that. And I think she's in this chat, and it is. I'm so proud of what she's done, and proud of being part of that, because you're able to share your knowledge and your skills and that sisterhood with people. Because we don't do it. We don't do that a lot, do we? Is it like when you're like, when it's like when you're, have you really experienced that when you're like the owner and you're the black person and another black person, like they're like, what?
Yeah.
And the black woman is there, look at you, like to say, who's she?
Yeah.
And it's like, why do we do that to each other? We should be a sisterhood, because we're all going through it in some
100%.
way, shape, or form.
100%.
So I love things like that, where we are inclusive and we are together and we are stronger together. Rather than being catty and all that. But
that needs to stop. But I think one person that deserved their flowers is Ruby Nell Bridges. 1960, as a 6-year-old, being in an old white school, that was not easy. And even to still have some of those people that are racist to you be alive right now and still not apologize or have any remorse, just like we saw with the lady that got Emmett Till killed. Yeah, that is insane. It's insane. And there's people out there, you know, they're now grandchildren to these people, daughters, you know, nephews, nieces, and what are they learning? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Things like that just, wow. It really throws me off because, again, 1960 is not that long ago. That is not that long ago.
Karma, because karma comes, karma will come for you, you know. Karma might not come tomorrow. It might not even come next week. But karma will come when karma needs to come. And I think for her to, and you know what, I think her strength and her triumph is all she needs to go. 100%. She don't need to go to them, I want your apology, because what that looks like is that she's asking for them to acknowledge and to regard.
No, she definitely don't want their apology.
Keep your apology.
But it's just the fact that they don't even have the will to.
2 words or 3 words: wrong and strong. They'd rather be wrong and strong and keep it moving, or ignorance. It's called ignorance. Actually, yes, it's called ignorance. Because ignorance is what made them racist. Ignorance is what continues them to be racist. And ignorance will continue them not to apologize, because what they will have to then do is recognize that they're racist and they don't want to do that. Yeah. That will then, again, that will just mess up their whole foundation of who they are. 100%. They are in there, I don't know, they're old. They're probably close to seeing their maker soon. And they're like, yeah, it's too late for that. But it's sad that they pass it down to their children.
Yeah, 100%.
But I'm sure their children are seeing that. You know, and it's about education. Racism is about education.
Yeah, it is 100%. You know? It starts in the home.
But she's probably thinking, okay, act like you're bad. Okay.
And obviously, we do know, you know, Malcolm X, MLK, you know, iconic. But I did not know. I just found this out today, that there was a man called Bayard Rustin. He was actually the one that organized the march in Washington. Yes, in 1963. And the only reason why he wasn't at the forefront was because he was gay.
This is another thing.
That's another thing. So to that, I was so shocked.
He had his own battles. So he had fighting on 2 fronts. Yeah. The one that he could really go out to do, and the front that he couldn't. That's a shame.
It is such a shame. So, yeah, we really need to dig deep and, you know, research further, like, look into things further, like, because things is not as simple as they seem. So, yeah, another person I did find that deserves their flowers is Bessie Coleman, the first licensed black pilot in the world, not just in America, in the world.
And the thing is, she had to go to Paris to get her
license.
Yeah,
that is insane.
Paris.
And to be the first. And you're not even in the books.
Paris.
It's crazy.
I'm just saying that again. She had to go across the Atlantic. It's like Josephine Baker. Josephine Baker had to
Josephine had to do a lot.
She had to go to Paris, and she helped with during World War II, with the Parisian underground resistance against Hitler at the time. And they gave her flowers. There's a lot. It's surprising. There's a lot of black people that went to Paris, went to France. And they were just, it was like, again, they were just welcomed. Yeah. But it's weird now how France is now in terms of racial dynamics, which is quite weird. It's like, okay, you started really great, and then it's like you're going backwards. Oh, talk to me, what's going on? But
they're very flip-floppy.
It's like a comme ci, comme ça. You know, You know, I love my French people, but but again, you had to go to another country, or even like Mexico.
Yeah, and it's not even that close.
Or Canada.
And especially, imagine back then, raw, that must have been a trek.
Paris, you know, that's what we had to just. But again, it shows that we're like, right, that's it.
Yeah, enough is enough.
But it's sad, if I can't get recognition in my own country, let me go. But again, it's the same thing. If I can't get recognition in the mainstream or whatever, I have to go pave my way and do what I have to do and come back with it.
And that's the good thing. There will always be someone that will open the door for you. Like, there's always someone that will believe in you. Like, it's never too late, and it's never impossible. So
you just have to keep.
You have to keep going. Yeah, 100%. But Yes, another thing. Black inventors. Like, we had a lot of inventions, you know, that are still used to this day.
Traffic light.
That's on my list. Traffic light. Where are you at? I've got his name. Gossip Morgan. That's the person who created the traffic light.
Wi-Fi.
Also, Levis Lamata. He's okay. The light bulb was invented, but no one could keep it going like it goes today. That's down to Latimer, okay? The lasting light bulbs, just so you know. Also, Alexander Miles, the automatic lift doors.
Yes.
Because before it used to be manual, people could even fall out and die. So until he invented the automatic doors, created safety for everyone, yeah? So you got to be grateful for that as well. But also, there's so many people. Charles Richard Drew. So he's the first person that learned how to collect and store plasma. The first blood bank was created by him. And also the trucks to transport blood, which is so important, you know. These things, you know, and there's so many black people with sickle cell and things like this.
Exactly. Very
important. Marie Van Britten Brown, the security cameras in the home. CCTV. Like, this lady, do you even
watch them? Have we watched us? It's us that we're watching us.
We started it, but you guys are using it other ways now. We do know.
To your Ringo.
That's down to her. Shirley Ann Jackson, technology that invented the portable fax, touch phones.
Yes.
Solar cells, caller ID, fiber optics.
That's what started Wi-Fi.
These are all major things. Well, I heard there will be no internet.
No one has spoken about it. Even the ladies that helped out with
the Hidden
NASA.
Figures. Yes. Oh my god, I love that film. Beautiful. Beautiful. Who would, I don't even know. I would have no clue whatsoever that black women were literally that important to history. Like, without them, there's no satellites. There's no
political. We are going to the moon. We are the original Eve. If you want to be political, so kinda we wouldn't be us if it wasn't for her. You know, we wouldn't be doing these things if it wasn't. So, you know, because again, I think as black women, there's this thing about make do. We make do. We make things. Listen, we're magicians. Yeah. Like, my mum made food. Like, out of what? I don't know. But I had food. Yeah. You know? It's your mum made things stretch.
That's so true.
Not even David Copperfield, Houdini. None of them. None of them. What's the other? I don't know the other magicians, but they couldn't do that. Yeah. Us as black women had to. We had to make that resilience. Things happen. Yeah. We gave birth, went back to work.
Yeah, straight.
Still do it, so you know
it's true. Crazy. Another important one is Mark E. Dean. So he has the patent to free original IBM hardware that connected tech computers and the first color monitor.
Again, it's all about other people
that we don't. And one that I think is very important that probably a lot of people don't even think about is Mary Beatrice Davison, because she created the first sanitary belt. So without her, we would have no pads. Like, people were using cloths, you know, and she created a way. Can you imagine? Excuse me? So thanks to her, that's how it's developed to this point. But she was the first one to create the sanitary belt in order for women to be able to be cleaner, you know, change it easier.
But again, we don't get our...
we don't get our flowers. But, yeah, there's so much to celebrate too. There's so much achievement. There's so much glory. There's so much happiness. Like, it's sad that when people think Black history is straight slavery and all the bad stuff, but forget all of that. Start erasing all of that. We've had enough trauma for our generations. Exactly. what we need to do is to keep celebrating each other, keep creating spaces for each other, keep opening doors. Like even the way that now Stormzy with the murky, you know, sponsorships and
the scholarship,
helping people go into uni and helping people getting jobs in the creative industries, like things like that are so important.
But we think sometimes, and also it's like we need to stop thinking trauma and thinking triumph. We need to think more about our triumphs rather than our trauma. You know, because like as I said, I didn't come on a boat. I did not come on a boat, and my nan did not come on a boat. She flew here. She flew here. She got on a plane, and most your grandparents probably also did come on a plane. You know, but they don't think, oh, when it's not all of us are put on a boat and sent out here. There was so much more to us. We fought in wars. Yeah. We fought in World War One. We fought in World War Two. No one talks about that.
Yeah, so many soldiers died, you know.
We fought in a war that had nothing to do with us. We were in the Caribbean. We were in Africa doing our thing, living our life. And we were told by Mother Britain, oh, you must come over and fight for your country. Hold on. My country. My country is Jamaica, Grenada, whatever. That's my country. I'm not in no war with you.
Yeah.
But again, we did our thing. We did what we had to do. Yeah. We came over here at times with no blacks, no Irish, no dogs. But yet we came over when England needed us. Needed us. We became bus drivers, the first black bus driver. When they needed us,
we were there.
We came through. Yeah. But unfortunately, when it's the other way round, we're not given that same thing.
It's a different dynamic.
It's like, you know, you that friend, and they call you, oh, I'm in a bind. And you're like, yeah, course. And then when she's like, I can't do it now. I can't. Sorry.
So that, how do you think we can improve Black History Month? Like, how could we improve the celebration?
I think the first way we improve the celebration is we do our own research. Do our own research. We do our own fact finding. We do our own education. We share. We don't just keep it to 1 month. We keep it across the whole year because there are so much facts about us that can fill a whole year and more. We teach our children. We teach our loved ones. We post things up about it. We do all these things. We talk to people about it. We get it out there. We support Black historians. We find Black artists. We do all these things. I think that's the best way to do it. Because again, if we don't shout out our praises,
no one's going to do it. Yeah.
Nobody will. And I think, you know, that's what we need to do. Pave our own way. Create our own history. Keep creating our own history, because even now, this present will become someone's history at some point in time.
100%.
So we keep doing that. You know, otherwise we're just gonna go down the hill. You know, keep saying, oh yeah, okay, we've been there's been stuff that have gone on. However, let's call a spade. Let's speak up. Let's be more outspoken about it. There's nothing wrong, and if people's frail mind or frail understanding of the world is shook by that's called learning. Because like, oh my God, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Well, now you know. Yeah. If you don't know, as Biggie say, now you know.
Yeah.
Don't use N-word. But you know what I mean.
But also it's accessible. Like everything is accessible now. So there is no excuse.
There is none.
There is no excuse whatsoever.
Don't need a book anymore.
No. Like just Google. Like even, I don't know, like there are ways
I'm sure
create.
Google's created by a Black person somehow, but we have to find out.
We have to dig deep for that one. But yeah, I think that is very important. Yeah, creating more spaces, but also being more united. That's where it starts. The unity is where it's a bit, you know, a bit broken. We do try to unite as much as we can, but we so quickly drag each other down. So it's a bit contradicting, you know. So that's where it makes it so hard. But I think, obviously, if people keep seeing excellence, if people keep saying progress, like, then people will feel better about themselves and, you know, promote that positivity, or even create their own spaces, create their own, I don't know, groups, even events. Like, it's so beautiful to see, like, just people enjoying, Black people enjoying, Black women, Black men, Black kids, like
just enjoying us.
It's beautiful to see that. And like even now, like there'll be times where I'm just walking down the street and I see such a beautiful black woman and I'm just like, you look beautiful. And it's like, it's such a small thing, but it can make someone's day like so much. Like,
and it's just
it's just a simple comment. And it's just like, recently I have been seeing more like black women smiling at each other, or even just, you know, enjoying each other's presence. Just like acknowledging that, like, I think that needs to continue. That needs to even be brought up even more, you know, because again, black women need as much support as they can get.
Yeah, because we as black women said, "Oh, I'm a strong black woman. I could do it on our own." No, listen. You've had to do it on your own. That's why we've had to be strong.
Yeah.
There is nothing wrong in saying, "I need help. I need support." It's not a sign of weakness.
Yeah.
We can't be doing it on our own all the time. We can't be taking it on our shoulders all the time. We can't. It's too tiring. We can't be wearing so many hats all the time.
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to be crying and go, "Oh my God, I'm so weak." No. Just say, "I can't do it on my own.
Yeah.
I can't. I need help." But doing it on my own. Like, I shouldn't have to do it on my own. You know, I wasn't brought into this on my own.
100%.
You know, this is not, it shouldn't be like that's just how it is. And we just have to endure.
Yeah.
We have to endure. I don't want to have to endure if I have a choice and my choice is not to endure. So therefore I will not be enduring. I'm not doing struggle life. But we also have to support each other as one. We are amazing. Together we are phenomenal.
Yeah, we can do so much.
Yeah, but I hate you. But again, it's the one we look at is like, look at her, she thinks she's too nice.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll just do me. Try it. It's great when you do yourself.
That's why you can't listen to people's opinions. You can't care that much. Nope. Like, do not give in to the negativity. That's one thing I've learned over the years, like even from a young age. No matter what people said about me, even if it was negative, I still don't care. Like, because people are going to talk, even if it's positive or negative, regardless. Yeah, people are going to talk. So just do what's best for you. Do you, boo.
Yeah, you do you.
You do you. Live your best life. Like, don't let anyone stop you. And yeah, forget. I know that it's hard, especially with social media, you know, because some people feel like they can't really post themselves or their true selves or their true feelings. But just remember that social media is a mirror. Like, people are hiding a lot behind that mirror. So do not compare yourself to anyone. Do what's best for you. And with that, I would like to say that there is like a lot of new shows and films and stuff that really support and celebrate black excellence. So I love to see it, like Champion on BBC, loved it. Dreaming Whilst Black,
I loved it. It was so good. I might watch it again.
Yeah, it was so good. I was like, wait, this can't be the last episode.
It was so good.
But also, yeah, films like Hidden Figures, like without watching that film, I would have never known the impact that black women had with history. And yeah, Madame C.J. Walker, like on Netflix, I watched the whole thing, loved it. So yeah, we just really need to.
There's even another one called, there's two that are out there called They Cloned Tyrone.
Oh yeah, I still need to finish that.
What?
Yeah. Hurry up. I need to hurry up and
take
finish
time.
that.
Take your time. Hurry up. And also The Blackening. About in cinema.
Oh my god, I love that. It was so funny, and I loved it. I can't even explain it. You have to watch it. The enjoyment is real.
I loved it.
I love the perspective. I love the characters. Love the concept. Like, it was just like top tier.
But it's gonna show my age now. I want to say, like, we used to have good black shows back in the day.
Yes,
Desmond's. Will McCoy. Okay, it's a bit like of its time, but
Sister.
We had some good shows.
Moesha.
We had some
Martin.
Had
all of that.
All these good shows.
Yeah, Bel-Air.
Yeah, like we had all these good shows like back in the day. But it's like, nope, that's it. You had you had your time. We need a break.
I would say a show that really probably keeps up with that is like Insecure.
Yeah.
Good perspective, great stories, like even just to see that from a woman that most probably is not seen. To some people, it's like, oh, she's a bit awkward, or she's a bit like this, like it's not expected.
But we've all gone through to
but we've gone through that. It's just, it's amazing to see those.
Bubblegum, actually. Bubblegum.
Oh yeah, bubblegum. Oh my god. Yeah,
but she done. But that was good. As like, again, that awkwardness that us as black women have gone through. Black Ops on BBC. Black, the one that's with the, oh my god, it's a new one. It's a comedy.
Black Ops.
Yes, it's on BBC. Oh my god,
sounds very familiar.
With Undercover, there were the oh my god, I don't know.
It sounds very familiar.
It's too funny. It is too funny. It is too funny. It's on BBC. I know you people know it is Black Ops, but that was like, what the hell? Yeah,
and there's even Harlem.
Yes,
Harlem's really good. It's on Amazon with Megan Good and all of that. Just love the cast, love the stories, love it. But yeah, wait, let's pour us off one last bit. And then we're gonna do the last bit.
Oh, and also there is the guy about Bumpy Johnson in.
Oh my god, I love that show, and the man that plays Malcolm X.
Yeah.
Wow, the similarities, insane. Yeah, Bumpy Johnson was a G. I'm sorry, he was a G.
Listen, Bumpy Johnson was. Like, you know, they talk about gangsters now. Forget about that. He didn't. That's a real OG. That's a real OG. The way he carried himself, the way he's like. If you read about him, and I'm gonna say Fred Lucas, but I'm not wrong. John Lucas. John Lucas. John Lucas,
one of the original OGs.
And yes, and he was in the Times magazine. You know, talk about like they talked about John Gotti being on the first.
Yeah, forget all of that. Forget all of that.
John Lewis was doing that too. What do you know? Tell me something. This is guys that came up from the South and they're doing their thing.
Have you ever seen The Shy? You should watch that. It's about like people in Chicago, like black people in Chicago. You know how they go through a lot, but to see that diversity in the cast as well.
Oh, and was it the guy that was the young guy from Stranger Things and Stranger Things and that? Yeah.
It's really good as well, but time for some breaking news. Ooh. Okay. Firstly, I want to say R.I.P. to Richard Roundtree. Wow. What an iconic man, yeah? He was basically like considered the first black superhero, let's say. Because, you know, Shaft was really big back in the day. He did like 3 or 4 films. Mm-hmm. And like, even to this day, like, I remember seeing him in Being Mary Jane. And what else? Family Reunion, also on Netflix, but like he aged very well, I must say, because but black don't crack. But yeah, it's sad to see, like, even people like Tina Turner, like, loved her. Me to this day as well. I still, Whitney, she was like my babe, my queen.
Still hurts sometimes.
It still hurts. Like, there's some days where I listen to her whole playlist. I'm just like, why did I never see you live? But yeah, just R.I.P. to Richard Roundtree. But you know, as it was Black History Month, Virgin Atlantic did have an all-black cabin crew fly in.
Loved it.
But isn't it crazy that it took this long for that to happen?
It's a bandwagon thing, isn't it?
It's a bit, you know?
It's a bit on trend. # social media trend. Oh, look, we can get 5 black together. they can fly a plane. And where they're going, Jamaica. You know, let's keep it in a box. But it's a first. It's a first, but there needs to be more than that. Sorry, like I'm like, I'm gonna give you like, yay,
but it's like, it's nice, but
I'm not rolling out the red carpet.
Yeah. Oh my god, this one really threw me off because I don't know if you heard about, you know, the hair shop in Peckham and the whole shenanigans.
I'll go on because I don't know about South London news. You know, I try to keep.
But you did know that man strangled the black woman. Like the ins and outs. I did speak about this in episode 2.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
Summarize.
So basically, this woman bought a product, and obviously the product was not good enough. She wanted to have refund. They would not give her the refund, so she went and collected some new weave, and she was walking out of it, and the man did not let her walk out of it, and she started strangling her. So literally the day after, there was a whole massive protest about it. and people have been boycotting the shop. So now this man, also the man is an Asian man, yeah. He's now renamed the shop to Kings and Queens.
Sorry. They make kings and queens. How is that going to actually compensate for the fact that you tried to strangle a woman because she wanted a refund? And I'm sure on consumers traders, I'm entitled to a refund. Am I not? Are we not?
There is also already a shop called Kings and Queens outside of London.
I'm sorry. What was the rationale behind him doing that?
I don't even know. It's just like...
What was that for? It's like
I don't know, but I love the way that people came together to stand up for that woman. And that man is not making money anytime soon. I'm sorry. Like, he can forget that shop.
The whole black hair thing.
That's another thing. That's another thing.
And I'm choosing not to, but we need to. Yeah. That's all I have to say. Yeah.
So there was also a story, I think it was about a year ago, probably, where these officers stopped the couple that athletes. Yeah. So now they recently got sacked. Yes, it took a long time, but at least they got sacked. But the maddest thing is that obviously they were lying, saying that they could smell cannabis and, you know, all these things, which was a complete lie because they were with the baby. They didn't find anything. There was no smell or anything. But now, the audacity. People have raised £50,000 for these officers that were let go from their job. I'm just like, make it make sense. How does that add up?
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It adds up to 50. It does not make sense.
This country is so backwards.
It does. Oh no, because they lied. Listen, I work in HR as well. So if I sack someone, if I sack someone because they lied, and then I'm having to pay you for lying, the world and the ethics that we live in. So on those 50,000, that 50,000 better go far with them, you know. And they better go far with them because I'm sure. But the thing is, you know, they're going to get a job somewhere.
Yeah, 100%. Or if anything, they got signed off of pension. You never know, you know.
Then they're going to get a job somewhere.
But it's the fact that even though they did the wrong, and then this country tries to say that they're not racist, and then you're raising money for people who lied. 50,000. Wow.
Well, I gotta find this GoFundMe.
Report it, innit?
I'm gonna report it. I'm not gonna report it. I'm gonna go in there and go, I'm gonna give you 5p. I'm gonna give you 5p. Just because, well, you know, if I'm out, I see a homeless person, I'll give them about £1. But they're genuinely homeless. As for you, I'll give you 5p just so I can add a comment. And then I remove it just so I can add a comment.
It's crazy.
It's absolutely absurd.
It's actually crazy. Okay, do you know about Mizzy, this TikTok star, the young boy who went into people's houses? Yeah, he was going into people's houses and filming them, you know. It's just like, why do people do so much for attention? Like, it's going viral really that deep.
So hold on, was he like going into people's houses? Like going...
No, the door. So, you know, like in rich neighborhoods, people don't really lock their doors.
Oh, no. No. In rich neighborhoods, people lock their doors because they've not got riches up in there.
But yeah, there was one video that went viral where someone has left their door open. Let's say, I don't know if they were bringing in shopping or something,
Probably
but their door was kind of like ajar. And then they just went in and were like, "Oh, we're here for the study group," and they're like filming the whole house.
And then, are you coming? How long was the door open for?
I don't know, but they just went inside, and then the guy's like, "Oh, we've got children in here." So as soon as they heard that, they didn't instantly like get out. They were still like chilling in the house and was just like filming. So then after that, he got a really bad report, and people were like, "You're cancelled" and all that. And then now it's just like he's just doing things for attention. But
is he getting 50,000 GoFundMe account?
So now, no, he's definitely not. And now he's actually banned from social media. So he was banned for a while, but now he's allowed back, but he's not allowed to post any content. He can only like message people. And if he actually breaks that, he can go to prison. And he's only like 19 or something like that.
Let him go to prison. But what's this? Oh, we're going to like let you back on, but you can even go back on and take like comments.
Yeah.
Like, no. You made money from social media to go on there to literally enter people's house. I won't say breaking and entering people's house without their consent, and then post and like was so making social media on that. But I think people probably like, who find that humorous? It's not humorous.
Yeah, it's not funny at all.
No, it's people's safety. Like, you got to think about people's safety.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
you're just exposing someone's home. Is just mad.
What if someone broke into his mum's house or just walked into his mum's house?
Obviously, if it was in another country as well, you know, they're shot and killed straight away.
Hey,
even to have that
I'll be like, I have the right to defend my property. If you did it to me and it was America, I'll be like,
it's mad what people do for social media nowadays.
Crazy.
But ending on a light note, Digga D, big up. Although I'm not the biggest fan of drill, but I listen a little bit. But he was the youngest rapper to headline Royal Albert Hall.
I'm so proud of that.
That is amazing.
Actually, part of Black history.
Yeah, exactly. That is beautiful to see, because you know that's not a venue that caters to a lot of people. It's hard to get in there.
Just saying, some people, you know.
Even last month I saw Ray there, was amazing. But to hear that Digga D, and really obviously to come from that type of genre where drill was like kind of like associated with badness and all of that, is really beautiful to see. But yeah, wow, that's all the time we have, and I feel like we've spoken about a lot, and there's still so much more to do, you know? And yeah, celebrating Black History Month 365 days a year. Yay! Let's do it. But thank you so much for coming. It's been a beautiful conversation.
Good.
And yeah, to many more. Happy Black History Month.
Whoop, whoop.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh.